the All Progressives Congress APC. The suit was argued on behalf of the APC by a team of senior lawyers comprising Joseph Daudu, Sebastian Honorable and Ugu James Onoja, all Sands. Justice Lifu held that the RCEC was wrong in fixing the October 5 date for the conduct of the poll when all relevant laws guiding the election had not been complied with. Amongst others, the judge held that the River State Electoral Body violated provisions of the Local Government Election Conduct Law by not publishing the mandatory 90 days notice before fixing the date. Justice Peter Lifu also held that the update and revision of voters' register ought to have been concluded before an election date can be legally and validity fixed in law. The judge therefore ordered INEC not to make the certified voters register available to RSIEC until the law had been fully complied with. Justice Peter Lifu also barred the RSIEC from accepting any voters register from INEC or using it for the purpose of the October 5 local government polls. Security was on Monday morning beefed up at the Edo State Government House situated at Osadebe Avenue, as 10 personnel were stationed at its entrance following an alarm raised by the government over an alert plot by former Deputy Governor of the state, Philip Shuaibu, to invade the seat of power in Benin City with dogs. Special police unit took strategic position at the gate, preventing vehicles from gaining access into the government house and ordering them to park few meters outside the gate. Speculations were rife in the states that Shuaibu may resume office Monday morning, feeling fears of likely clash between his supporters and those of Governor Godwin Obaseki. Recall that the special advisor to the governor on media project, Kuso Osage, in a statement on Sunday, had called on Inspector General of Police and all well-meaning Nigerians to prevail on Shuaibu to refrain from his alleged devious plot, describing it as a clear recipe for chaos, given the fact that the policeman was killed at the last time he attempted such action. However, the chief press secretary to Shuaibu, Musa Ebonhiana, in a press statement, debunked the report of his plan to invade the government house, describing his principal as a peace-loving man who believes in the rule of law. Reinstated Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Philip Shuaibu, on Monday defied statements from the state government as he inspected some ongoing projects like the multi-billion naira 5-star Radisson Blue Hotel, the ongoing Museum of West African Arts, reconstruction of the road in Okada Avenue, and parts of Central Road, where he said he would continue to work in that capacity. But the state government in the statement warned Shuaibu not to act in breach of extant laws to disrupt the process of governance and subject himself to the law at all times. Speaking to journalists at the MOA site, Shuaibu said the work was 80% completed. According to the contractor, that he has his reservations about the siting of the project in a particular location, while at Radisson, he said the scope of work is okay and that he wanted to be sure that all the major works under the ongoing or outgoing government were going on fine. Meanwhile, the statement by the special advisor on media project to Obaseki, Kuso Osage, said Shuaibu, just like any private citizen, can take a tour around the exceptional project of Governor Godwin Obaseki. Residents of Uborodo, a riverine settlement in Warri Delta State, have decried environmental degradation in the community due to the activities of international oil companies. The residents of the community, operating under the aegis of Uborodo Community Youth Development Body, in an open letter addressed to President Bola Tinubu, signed by Wilson Ajay and David Mama, President and Public Relations Officer, respectively, expressed dissatisfaction over the neglect of the Delta Port in Warri by the immediate past and present administration. They said efforts made to the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy and heads of parastatals under him, either through written or verbal communication, to make them commit to the dredging of Escravos Bar Mouth Warri River, fell on deaf ears, adding that they would mobilize to obstruct activities of oil companies of the trend if the trend continues. The letter noted that all the appeals and entreaties made by the community to the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Boyega Oyetola, to dredge the Escravos Bar Mouth and Warri River with a view to allowing bigger ships and vessels access Delta Port and subsequently revitalize commercial activities in Delta and neighboring states for the overall benefits of the nation have been ignored. Nigerian Navy ship Delta on Monday donated several teaching and learning facilities, including desks, whiteboards and markers, exercise books for pupils and jotters for teachers, amongst others, to 3 selected primary schools in Warri South local government area of Delta State. Other items donated to beneficiary schools comprised slasher machines for cutting grass, generating sets, submersible pumping machines, as well as overhead tanks. The beneficiaries were Nana Primary School, Ikembua Primary School, and Ogiame Primary School, all located within the Warri metropolis. The commander, NNS Delta, Commodore Abba Musin, while presenting the items worth millions of naira at each of the schools, disclosed that the gesture was aligned with Operation Delta Sanity launched to stem illegalities in the maritime space. He added that the gesture of the NNS Delta Warri was based on the educational program, usually referred to as Free Educational Rhapsody in the Navy, aimed at distributing materials to schools based on their needs. The naval boss described the beneficiaries as pupils who are being groomed to be leaders of tomorrow. He therefore exhorted them to be disciplined, diligent, and dedicated to their service. Responding on behalf of the beneficiaries, the Education Secretary, Warri South Local Government Education Authority, Augustina Omasaye, expressed gratitude to NNS Delta for its contribution to development of education in the local government area. Imo State government on Monday debunked speculations that the federal government has established an internally displaced persons camp in Ehime Mbano local government area of the state. The Commissioner for Information, Public Orientation and Strategy, Declan Melumba, who disclosed this in Owerri, explained that what was being built in Nsu was a training facility for skills acquisition programs for the people of Southeast and not for Nigerians from other parts of the country. Emelumba regretted that the enemies of Nigeria decided to distort harmless information from the National Refugees Commission to pit Igbos against other parts of the country. He said the latest mischief was intended to incite Igbo against Northerners as a means of making the country ungovernable for the president. The commissioner wondered why the security agencies had not arrested the propagandist who in widely circulated video called on Indi Imo to rise against other Nigerians. He urged the people of Ehime Mbano, Okigwe Zone and Imo State to ignore the fake news as the handiwork of the enemies of the government. Anambra State Police Command says it has neutralized a suspected gunman during a gun battle with miscreants in Igbo Uku Ezinifite Uga area of the state. The command spokesperson, Tochukwu Ikenga, in a statement released on Monday, disclosed that the police encountered the armed men at about 11:30 p.m. on Sunday during a routine patrol of the area. According to Ikenga, the men engaged in a gun duel with the police but were unlucky as the police killed one while others fled the scene. Ikenga added that exhibits such as AK-57 rifles or 47 rifles, armored vests and criminal charms, amongst others, were recovered, adding that a clearance operation had commenced in the area. On September 7, the regent of Oba community in Idemili South local government of the state, Noel Ozenwa, and residents have condemned the attack on the Oba Police Divisional headquarters at the Oba Civic Center. Recall that some yet to be identified gunmen in large numbers attacked the Oba Police Divisional headquarters and also the Oba Civic Center, killing the police corporal and injuring others. All Progressives Grand Alliance had won the September 28 local government elections in Anambra State, clearing all chairmanship and councillorship seats across 21 local government areas of the state. The chairman of the Anambra State Independent Electoral Commission, Genevieve Osakwe, announced the results at the ANSEC office in Oka. Osakwe, while declaring the election as free and fair, said the ANSEC carefully collated and analyzed the results to ensure that there were no mistakes. She added that none of the opposition candidates or political parties and their party agents came into the ANSEC office where the election was declared. She hailed the people of the state for trooping out in mass to exercise their civil rights, while also appreciating security agencies for ensuring peace and order throughout the process. People's Democratic Party Anambra chapter has rejected the outcome of Saturday local government council elections in the state. Chief Chigozie Igwe, the chairman of PDP in Anambra State, said this in an interview with the newsmen in Oka on Monday. Mrs. Genevieve Osakwe, chairman Anambra State Independent Electoral Commission, on Sunday night declared the chairmanship and councillorship candidates of the All Progressives Grand Alliance winners in 21 local government councils and 326 wards. But Igwe, who described the exercise as a charade, said the PDP did not boycott the election like other political parties did, arguing that it therefore was not or was in good stead to deplore its outcome. The PDP chairman said the party was still studying the details of the exercise, vowing that PDP would challenge it. Igwe said the PDP would ensure that the autonomy of the local government areas in the Anambra was not compromised. Tension has subsided for incumbent local government chairmen and 184 ward councillors in Abia State as the Labour Party has denied reports that they have been disqualified from contesting the November 2nd local government election in the state. Some social media reports on Monday morning claimed that all 17 local government chairmen, popularly known in Abia as mayors, along with their deputies and councillors, had been disqualified from vying for re-election as executive chairman in the upcoming local government area and councillorship polls. The reports alleged that the incumbents were banned from contesting the election due to their failure to resign from their positions 30 days before the party primary elections. The reports further cited Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2012 and claimed the decision was taken during a stakeholders meeting at the home of Governor Alex Oti on Sunday, September 29. However, when contacted by newsmen on Monday afternoon, the chairman of the Labour Party in Abia State, Emmanuel Nwaeze Oti, denied the report, stating that the news did not come from his party. Oti dismissed the report as a rumor, advising the local government area chairman and the general public to disregard the information. Osun State government on Monday said it sealed the business premises of Sejilola Resources Operating Limited. The move followed an order of an Oshobo Chief Magistrates Court presided over by Dr. Shegun Ayilara, which granted the request of the state government to distrain the company for various tax violations. The government has accused the company of failure to disclose fully the employees directly and indirectly involved in its business activities, adding that it also obstructed tax processes by failing to provide timely tax information and documents. The government expressed concerns that while some companies were making billions of naira in the state, especially in the mining sector, they had refused to give the state its lawful dues. In preparation for the independence celebration and to ensure effective policing, especially over the planned nationwide protests, the Adamawa State Police Command has interfaced with critical stakeholders. The command said in a statement that the interface, which took place on Monday, was aimed at discouraging the planned protests by faceless individuals or groups due to the possibility of it resulting in violence. The statement, stressing that the planned protests had the potential to go wrong and be hijacked by miscreants, urged all citizens to go about their lawful business and shun anything that would lead to harmless or harming themselves or others in names of protest. It added that the police command had drawn a security ring around the state to prevent miscreants from hijacking the protests. Nigerian Air Force says its air component of Operating Whale Punch has destroyed a terrorist logistics base in Yadi Forest in Giwa local government area of Kaduna State. The Deputy Director Public Relations Officer, NAF Group, Captain Kabiru Ali, made this known in a statement on Monday in Abuja. Ali said the operation was executed following credible intelligence indicated huge presence of terrorists. According to him, the intense intelligence surveillance confirmed the consistent presence of terrorists and their motorcycles at the location. He stated that additional intelligence revealed that the logistics base belongs to the notorious terrorist kingpin Kadade Gorgu, a close ally of Gogo Gide. Ali further said the available intelligence at the disposal of NAF revealed that Kadaje Google had been providing shelter for notorious terrorist kingpins following the aggressive military operations in Sokoto and Zamfara State. He added that the air component dispatched an aircraft supported by intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance ISR platform to attack the target. According to him, the target area initially appeared uninhabited. As the aircraft approached, some of the terrorists were seen emerging from under shrubbery and running away from the area. Coalition of Concerned Citizens of Kaduna State has distanced itself from planned October 1 protests, urging the people of the state to prioritize constructive engagement over disruption. Addressing journalists in Kaduna on Monday, the coalition spokesperson Yusuf Lawal stressed the group's commitment to peaceful coexistence and development. He acknowledged the government's efforts to improve the quality of life of citizens, particularly those through establishment of skills acquisition centers scheduled for commence in December. According to him, instead of protesting, the coalition encouraged citizens to participate in local government elections and advocate for constructive change, saying this will provide vital platform for voicing their ATN guarded that State Command of the Nigeria Police Force had deployed officers to potential flashpoints and organized all the protests and ceased proceeding with their demonstration on Independence Day. The protest goes ahead for the second time in 2 months in response to the hardship caused by the hike in petrol prices, electricity tariff and floating of the Naira under President Bola Tinubu's administration. Federal Capital Territory Police Command said it has commenced deployment of personnel and equipment ahead of the Independence celebration slated for October 1. The command, which is without a commissioner of police, however, was silent over its preparation for the protest scheduled for the same day. In a statement on Monday, the police command spokesperson Josephine Ade said the deployment included explosive ordnance, disposal personnel, anti-riot equipment, and visibility policing, amongst others. She added that this will ensure FCT residents had a peaceful Independence Day celebration. She also said that it would traffic diversion in areas likely to witness large crowds, especially Eagle Square. Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps had deployed 3,500 personnel across the Federal Capital Territory in a proactive measure to ensure security during the Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary on Tuesday. The extensive deployment aims to maintain public safety, safeguard critical national assets, and protect public and private properties through the celebration. This was stated in a statement signed by NSCDC FCT Command spokesperson Samuel Idoko on Monday. Special units including Armed Squad, Special Crack Squad, Female Strike Force, Anti-Counter-Terrorism Squad and Agro Rangers have been mobilized to enhance security efforts. Personnel will be strategically positioned throughout the FCT, covering all area councils and city center to prevent any potential unrest. The FCT and SCDC Command, Dr. Olushola Odumosu, emphasized the importance of the Corps' role in ensuring a peaceful celebration. Odumosu highlighted the unique status of the FCT and its nation seat of power and hub diplomatic missions, underscoring the need for professionalism among NSCDC personnel. He emphasized the necessity of 24-hour surveillance on critical national assets. He also called for cooperation among security agencies to ensure a seamless security operation throughout the festival. Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 7, AIG Bennett Igwe, has declared that no form of protest or procession from any group will be allowed in Abuja. This is just as he disclosed that some groups were planning to go against the law by embarking on unauthorized protests in the FCT. He said October 1 is our Independence Day and the federal government has declared public holiday for all Nigerians to celebrate, adding that they are ready to protect the residents and also ready to guarantee their protection to celebrate as long as they act within the ambit of the law. He reminded that some groups planning to embark on protests against hardship as they have submitted application for peaceful guided protests to the office of the IGP. Igwe, however, said that the police command of the FCT has not received any letter or application for any protest match. AIG Igwe said protest is allowed if it is within the ambit of the law. But if the protest is not within the ambit of the law, the police force will tell the protesters that the law exists and the law must be obeyed. Courtroom was destroyed in Kwara State High Court complex in Ilori, the state capital, after a fire broke out on Sunday night. An eyewitness account stated that the fire incident occurred shortly after 8 p.m. on Sunday, completely destroying one courtroom before being brought under control by the State Fire Service. The rubble from the items destroyed in fire included 2 air conditioners, a plasma television, a fan, documents and furniture kept in the courtroom. The Kwara State Fire Service reported that the fire was caused by power surge in the government-reserved area where the High Court complex is located. The Kwara State Fire Service, which confirmed the incident, said that the fire affected only court number 10 and added that the swift response of the fire service personnel prevented it from spreading to other courtrooms and offices. A statement by the spokesperson of the State Fire Service, Hassan Adekule, head of media publicity, said the quick response of the fire service personnel prevented further damage to the complex, which houses several courtrooms. He added that the director of State Fire Service, Falade John, urged the general public to remain safety conscious at all times to prevent fire outbreaks. As Nigerians get set for Independence Anniversary celebration as well as planned October 1 nationwide protest against hardship, the Kano State Police Command has warned residents against taking to the streets in any guise. The command spokesperson, Chief Superintendent Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa, told newsmen while parading some arrested criminals on Monday that the police will not allow a repeat of the violence witnessed in the state during the recent End Bad Governance protests. In a related development, the police spokesperson noted that in line with the directives of the Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Adeolu Ebetoku on community-oriented and intelligence-led policing, the command embarked on robust community engagement, intelligence-led operations and round-the-clock visibility patrols in Kaduna State to respond rapidly to emergency distress calls. He noted that the decision has yielded positive results as the command has made significant strides in combating crime and ensuring public safety. Kano State Police Command on Monday said it had recorded remarkable successes in its efforts to ensure public safety and prevent crimes. The Kano State Commissioner of Police, Selman Dogo Garba, made this known during a press conference held at the command's Bompar office or police headquarters on Monday. Represented by Command's Public Relations Officer, SP Abdullahi Kiyawa, the police boss, said command successfully arrested 89 notorious criminals, including 15 armed robbery suspects, 10 suspected drug dealers, and 1 human trafficking suspect. Also disclosed that the police were able to rescue 2 human trafficking and 2 kidnapping victims, including 538 bottles of Bacardi syrup and a large quantity of dried leaves suspected to be Indian hemp. Kiyawa noted that the command's strategic decision to embark on robust community engagement, intelligence-led operations and round-the-clock visibility patrols had yielded positive results, with 43 suspects charged to court and 46 others undergoing investigations. Niger State Police Command has deployed personnel and operational assets for public safety and orderliness during the October 1 Independence Day celebration in the state. The Commissioner of Police, Niger State, made this known in a statement signed by Public Relations Officer in Mina. He explained that area commanders, tactical commanders and DPOs had been directed to ensure that police visibility is enhanced in their various areas to avert any act of breach of public peace. According to him, the command had earlier engaged labor leaders, trade unions, youth and student leaders in the state and other critical stakeholders towards ensuring sustaining the relative peace and economic growth of the state. The CP wished all residents of the state happy independence celebration while urging all to shun acts of violence. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. We'll be right back after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. This is the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Kudirat Kekere-Okun as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. The ceremony took place at the Council Chamber of the State House, Abuja. The event had in attendance Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, FCT, Yesom Wike, Justice Lateef Fabemi, and Special Duties Mr. Zephaniah. The swearing-in of Kekere-Okun as substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria follows our confirmation by the Nigerian Senate last week. President Tinubu had in August sworn in the new CJN in acting capacity following the retirement of Justice Olukoyode Ariwola. Justice Kekere-Okun became the 23rd Chief Justice of the country and the second woman to hold that position, the first being Justice Aluma Mokhtar. President Bola Tinubu on Monday said that it is a commitment of his administration to preserve the sanctity of the judiciary. President Tinubu underscored the pivotal role of the judiciary in safeguarding Nigeria's constitutional democracy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will address Nigerians by 7 a.m. tomorrow as Nigeria marks its 64th independence. The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Nanuga, made this known in a statement on Monday. According to him, television, radio stations, and other electronic media outlets are enjoined to hook up to the network services of the Nigerian Television Authority and the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria for the broadcasts. Onanuga said, Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Chief Uche Naji, has reiterated the federal government's commitment to achieving zero poverty, zero unemployment, and zero net carbon emissions. The minister disclosed this in a statement issued by the Director of Media and Corporate Communications at the National Space Research and Development Agency, Dr. Felix Ale. On Monday, he made the promise at the 8th United Nations General Assembly high-level side event on social business, youth, technology in New York, United States of America. The minister stated that the initiative aligns with the Global Sustainable Development Goals and emphasized the transformative potential of technology in youth innovation. He emphasized the need for international collaboration to drive sustainable development and climate action. According to the statement, the event, which took place on the sidelines of 79th ONGA, attracted notable figures such as Nobel Peace Laureate Professor Mohammed Yunus and various international leaders. He also emphasized the critical role of Nigerian youth in this mission. Naji focused his address on leveraging technological advancements to reduce unemployment and combat climate change, including Nigeria's adoption of methanol as a renewable energy source. He also stressed the importance of deploying off-grid and renewable energy technologies in rural areas to ensure reliable power access. Social media influencer Martin Sose, popularly known as Very Dark Man, today arrived at the National Assembly along with his lawyer, Deji Adeyanju. While before the House of Representatives Joint Committee on the investigation of disturbing allegations of corruption against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Nigeria Correctional Service, VDM recounted what he posted online and tendered the audio recordings to the committee along with other documents. Idris Okuneye, aka Bobrisky, was not present at the hearing but was represented by a lawyer, Omubwe, who told the House committee that Idris was not present due to ill health. The lawmakers, however, questioned why this information was not accompanied with a doctor's report. Recall that Very Dark Man posted an audio in which Bobrisky reportedly claimed he bribed some EFCC officials 50 million naira to drop money laundering charge against him. 2023 presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party Atiku Abubakar has called on politicians, statesmen, and other stakeholders to take action and reclaim Nigeria's democracy from the looming threat of oppression. Dr. Waziri Adamawa also stated that the All Progressives Congress takes advantage of the weaknesses of opposition parties, making them ineffective. In his Independence Day message to Nigerians on Monday, Atiku called for a united effort to achieve the greatness envisioned by the nation's esteemed founders. Atiku stressed that the 64th independence anniversary milestone is not just a celebration but a recognition of the indomitable spirit and steadfast determination of Nigerians who firmly believe in the potential of their country. He expressed concern over the declining electoral credibility influenced by the ruling class and also called on political leaders to unite in a strong coalition that can offer Nigerians a credible opposition for a better future. In not less than 24 hours, Nigeria will be 64 since independence. As Nigeria's leaders and citizens gather to recount the gain of democracy and 64 years of freedom, citizens have expressed their expectations from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led administration. Joseph Moses reviews President Bola's renewed hope agenda and governance on the Atlantic Television Network street broadcast in Abuja.
Hello and welcome to the Atlantic Television Network street broadcast. I am Joseph Moses. Today we are talking about the independence celebration happening tomorrow. Nigeria will be at 64. What would we as Nigerians celebrating tomorrow, as many are complaining of hardship, hunger, and thereby leaving people with anger? What will be the countdown achievement of our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his cabinet, governors, and probably the local government chairmen across the nation? Independence is supposed to be celebrated with happiness as it gives us memory of freedom. In our days of our primary education, on 1st October, we'll go to the center of our local government where the students gather and march round, having the local government chairman stand in a pledge to Nigeria, and we sing this song happily marching. 1st October 1960, Nigeria got independent. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom everywhere. Are we really now celebrating freedom? Are Nigerians happy to celebrate this freedom? Are we enjoying the freedom? Are we as citizens of Nigeria ready to celebrate tomorrow? Stay tuned to the Atlantic Street broadcast as we bring you voices from the street from Nigerians who will be telling us how happy they will be tomorrow celebrating Nigeria at 64. Or, as they express, how tomorrow will be to them while celebrating Nigeria at 64. I am Joseph Moses Mawinka. Stay tuned.
Nigeria is a population of more than 200 million people. And before the President Tinubu emerged as the president of this country, we have gotten issues, different issues over the years, issue of insecurity, lack of proper education and so on, and the Japa syndrome. Actually, the president is trying his best in his own capacity, but I believe that he can still do more to alleviate the suffering of the people, suffering of the masses, especially the cost of fuel. Because of the cost of fuel, it's affecting a lot of things. It has brought about hyperinflation, cost of foods, cost of service. People are hungry. People are suffering, and that's why a lot of youths have resorted to Yahoo Plus and every other thing. You have to, I don't know how the government, there are some things you have to sacrifice for the welfare of your people, for the progress of the country. People are suffering. People are running into depression. People are being suicidal. I believe with this 64th birthday, President Ahmed Tinubu, he has done it in Lagos before. And I know that God can help him. You should forget about all this side attraction. A lot of politicians are self-centered. They don't want him to progress. They don't want him to succeed. That's why they say, remove subsidy, they're increasing fuel, NFPCs give us different prices, Dagotes give us different prices. They should, the government should step into this and alleviate the suffering of the people. And I know he can do it. And God will bless Nigeria in Jesus' name.
You know, he might not able to get to what we are expecting from him as a president, but we are not the same where we was then. The achievement, if you have forgotten, he has been the one fighting for stable democracy in the country. Stable democracy in the country. He has fight for the stabilization of the civilian government. And today, he's the president of this country. Number one achievement. No, he pursued a dream and achieved it. But to what we are expecting, according to him, because we are here to see, that is working toward to see this country being restructured, even in our ways of doing things, the process of the governance and resources allocations. So I believe something is coming, either positive or negative.
I am not a God to tell you what he will say. Whatever I will say is left between him and God. But we should not expect anything better. He says he knows how to repair everything. Then they have given him the opportunity. Although the opportunity came anyhow, he is there. Let him repair it. Let's see. It is easier said than done. 2012, 2013, if you remember, he was the one that led the protest Occupy Lagos against Jonathan. Didn't Jonathan meet problems? And he tried his best to solve them? Let him to do. They should not be afraid of protest because he led the protest. Whatever goes around, comes around.
Absolutely, absolutely. I quite believe Nigerians, a lot of Nigeria will celebrate it happily. For the fact that we look at this administration, it is as he assumed office, he has been taking some kind of positive steps. You know, but there have been a decay in the system for a very long time. All of us know, we don't need to tell every Nigerian that there is a decay in the system for a very long time. But this guy have taken the right step now by taking the bull by the horn. You understand me now? Just have to give him opportunity. Because when you look at the way the system is going, you see the guy is heading for a positive direction. But Nigerians, any government, we like criticism. We need to give our leaders, we give them prayer. We support them emotionally, encourage them and all that. But with everybody's criticism, all this kind of pull down syndromes of all Nigerians, I think I didn't accommodate that, I didn't accommodate that. This man is heading towards a positive direction for Nigeria.
Nigeria at 64 is quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this point in time where Nigerians cannot even boast of feeding or having their 3-time square meal again. Well, I won't be surprised tomorrow to see the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, coming to lie to us again. The issue of insecurity is still there. Children of the masses can no longer go to school. The education is no longer affordable. Tinubu and his cabinet are beneficiaries of free education. Today, our own generation has been colonized through their own leadership style. I'm not sorry to say, and I hold nobody apology to say, Nigeria at 64, there are a lot of mystery about it. Nigeria at 64, there is no good road. Just imagine as I was coming this morning now, one driver just smashed water on me. That is still in FCT. How much more about the state, the rural areas in Nigeria? In terms of education, the net fund, the student loan, if you don't know anybody, can you access it? The answer is no. Although we are still praying for a better Nigeria, but just like one of the ruling party chieftain, Joe Igbokwe, said that those who will better the life of Nigerians are not yet born. I want to advise our president to look into the hardship in the country. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are suffering. Nigeria is 64, a child of 64 years old should be a grandpa now. They keep on telling us we are leaders of tomorrow. And let me state this clearly. I am not in support of either protest or rioting. Whatsoever dialogue cannot settle, there is no number of protests that can settle it. So I want to urge Nigerian youth to be calm, to be peaceful. We don't need to protest because protest is never a result to good governance. Gone are those days of Awolowo and Nnamdi Azikiwe where the youth takes what belongs to them. Government is not giving, it's taking.
Thank you for staying with us. Indeed, you have heard from Nigerians. No matter how somebody seems to be bad, he cannot be bad to all. Many have said Tinubu is doing well and he just needs to do more. While many say no, he has done nothing. Nigeria, we have mixed feelings at all times. Nigeria, we complain. Nigeria, we act when there are troubles. But there are many who have prayed for President Tinubu. No matter what he will be telling us tomorrow, promises, counting down his achievement, all we want is for Nigeria to be better. And these are the voices of Nigerians in the streets. I am Joseph Moses, Atlantic Television Network News, Abuja.
Pan-Yoruba socio-political organization Afenifere has vowed to mobilize and join forces for Nigerians against the practice of Unitarianism in Nigerian politics. Afenifere stated this in a communique issued after its monthly meeting held in Ishaga, Ogun State, the residence of its leader, Pa Ayo Adebanjo. The communique in its deputy leader and national publicity secretary, Oba Oladipo Olaiton and Justice Faloye, respectively, stated that Afenifere had sought to in due course and soon mobilize and join democratic forces with all lovers of Nigeria against alternate tendencies, pretenses, policies and practices of Unitarianism in the Nigerian body of politics. Afenifere noted that the introduction of a bill to establish a national independent local government electoral commission for the conduct of local government elections and considers the idea as nothing but a monumental multiplication of INEC's inefficiencies at 774 degrees. Afenifere, however, decries all forms of political rascality aimed at stifling democracy by the two tiers of the Nigerian government structure and equally condemns in unmistakable terms political gerrymandering, pushing Nigeria into unitary state by wielders of transient political power contrary to existing covenant of federalism. Organizers of the October 1 protest against hardship in the country have insisted they would proceed with a showdown despite kicks by the federal government and warning by the Nigeria Police Force. A former presidential candidate and activist who is one of the leaders of planned October 1 protest, Omoyele Sowore, gave an update on social media platform X on Monday, insisting on all the actions, saying that it would be held across the country. Nationwide protests will hold at Eagle Square, Abuja, according to Sowore. While given the nature of the protest, he said the protest will be peaceful. The activists further said hunger pangs and spread across the country, adding that it was necessary for Nigerians to top out nationwide in the protest. And now in business news, World Bank has approved 3 appropriations for a total of $1.57 billion to support the federal government in strengthening human capital through a better health for women, children and adolescents, and building resilience to the effects of climate change, such as floods, droughts, through improving dam safety and irrigation. The new financing includes $500 million for addressing governance issues that constrain the delivery of education and health. HopeGov, $570 million for the primary health provision strengthening program Hope PHC, and $500 million for the Sustainable Power and Irrigation for Nigeria project, SPIN. The HopeGov and the Hope PHC programs combined will support FG in improving service delivery in the basic education and primary healthcare sectors, which are critical to improving Nigeria's human capital outcomes. The SPIN projects will support improving the safety of dams and the management of water resources for hydropower and irrigation in selected areas of Nigeria. The Hope Gov program will address underlying governance weaknesses in the systems and procedures of government in two key human development sectors. It will particularly focus on critical cross-cutting challenges and enabling factors related to both financial and human resource management in both education and primary healthcare sectors. The program will increase availability and effectiveness of financing for basic education and primary healthcare service delivery, enhance transparency and accountability of financing, and improve recruitment, deployment, and performance management of basic education teachers and primary healthcare workers by federal, state, and local governments. NMPC has revealed that over 8,000 illegal refineries and 5,800 illegal oil pipeline connections have been detected and destroyed within 6 months. Deputy Manager of the NNPC Command.
In May, they went to blow up another part in the same place. And in that site, it's less than 50 kilometers from a naval station.
The AGs of the Association of Small Business Owners of Nigeria said they have not benefited from the 786 billion naira said to have been disbursed by the Development Bank of Nigeria to micro, small and medium enterprises across the country. Asbon President Dr. Femi Igbeshola made this declaration in an exclusive chat with newsmen in reaction to reports of disbursement of loans by DBN. Managing Director of DBN, Mr. Tony Okpanachi, had disclosed that the bank had so far disbursed a total of 786 billion naira to 494,819 MSMEs across Nigeria, resulting in the creation of 1.2 million jobs. But in his reaction, Igbeshola told newsmen that no member of Asbon has assessed any loan from the Development Finance Institution. And from international news, Hamas has confirmed that Fateh Sharif Abu el-Admin, its leader in Lebanon, was killed in an Israeli strike on Monday, along with his wife, son, and daughter. The strike targeted their home in Palestinian refugee camp in Tyre, located in southern Lebanon, according to Reuters report. Hamas issued a statement mourning the loss, calling the attack an escalation of Israel's aggression. The Popular Front of the Liberation of Palestine also reported that 3 of its leaders were killed in a separate attack. ATN reports that Israeli airstrikes have continued to target key militant leaders, with concerns mounting with violence many draw on major powers such as Iran and United States. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday vowed to achieve all his objectives in Ukraine, marking the second anniversary of the annexation of 4 Ukrainian regions as the Russian army reported fresh advances in conflict. Moscow had captured dozens of Ukrainian towns and villages this year, advised to advance in disputes. He reiterated that justification for sending troops to Ukraine, claiming to protect Russian speakers from the neo-Nazi dictatorship that aimed to cut them off forever from Russia, their historic homeland. Russia claimed to annex the Ukrainian regions of Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, and the Kherson in September 2022, although it does not fully control any of them. The Kremlin has intensified its assault of eastern Ukraine in recent months, pressing its advantage as Ukrainian soldiers face exhaustion and continuous bombardment. The Russian army announced on Monday that its troops had liberated the Ukrainian village of Nelipiva, which had a population of 1,000 before the conflict. The village is located north of the Ukrainian town of New York, where Kyiv claimed to have made gains earlier in September. Ryan wrote to the 58-year-old The goalkeeper spent most of his last season out with a severe knee injury but returned in time to start Madrid's Champions League final triumph. Ukrainian goalkeeper Andriy Lunin is poised to fill in as he did the last season. Congolese-American basketball great Dikembe Mutombo, renowned as one of the best defensive players in NBA history, has died at age 58, the league announced on Monday. An 8-time NBA All-Star and Hall of Famer passed away surrounded by his family after a battle with brain cancer, the league added. Mutombo, who played 18 seasons in the NBA, worked tirelessly to improve living conditions in his native Democratic Republic of Congo through his personal foundation. Those efforts, which included donating millions of dollars of his personal fortune to help build a hospital in the outskirts of Kinshasa, earned him multiple humanitarian accolades, including the U.S. President's Volunteer Service Award. And now on the entertainment news. Nollywood actor David Ogbeyi, who has been appointed by the Delta State Governor Sheriff as the Senior Special Assistant on Entertainment. Ogbeyi's appointment was contained in a letter signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Kingsley Emu. Speaking to newsmen on Monday in Asaba, the state capital, Ogbeyi thanked the governor for the opportunity given to serve, considering him worthy to be one of the political aides. He, however, promised to serve in the interest of the people, noting that his appointment will serve as a synergy between the state government and the creatives in Delta State. American singer Selena Gomez has silenced speculations that she has broken up with her boyfriend, producer Benny Blanco. Rumors had surfaced on social media that the singer and producer's relationship ended. The rumors came after a supposed friend of Selena shared a post on social media while at Sabrina Carpenter's MSG concert, suggesting that she's married while all her friends are single. Following the speculations, Selena Gomez posted her judo dance video from Sabrina Carpenter's concert at Madison Square Garden on Instagram. She tagged her boyfriend, Benny Blanco, silencing the rumor mongers. Blanco also similarly debunked the rumors by sharing a new photo with Selena Gomez from Disneyland. Gomez confirmed her relationship with Benny Blanco in December 2023. She dated The Weeknd for a brief 10 months back in 2017, and before that she was embroiled in a year-long on and off relationship with Justin Bieber. American rapper and music mogul Son Diddy Combs has been removed from suicide watch at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, nearly 2 weeks after his arrest on a federal sex trafficking indictment. 54-year-old Combs has received visits from relatives during his nearly 2 weeks in custody, and a law enforcement source said. A source on his legal team also added that the Grammy-winning artist is focused and very strong amid his incarceration as he's concentrating on his defense and preparing for his trial. ATN recalls that Diddy was placed on suicide watch in prison after he was arrested on September 16 by Homeland Security, suspicion of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and interstate transportation and prostitution. Meanwhile, Diddy was hit by new sexual assault allegations on Friday by a woman who filed a suit in New York. She was reportedly raped and drugged by music mogul's homes and became pregnant while she was unconscious from the drugs, and alleged that Diddy and his acquaintances recorded the sexual encounters without her permission. And that's the global news for tonight, but before we go, another look at the major stories. Court bars INEC from releasing voters register. NAFTA shows tourists. Logistics base. Tinubu swears in Kekerekun as CJN. FG secures fresh World Bank loan. Putin vows to achieve Ukraine objectives. Selena Gomez debunks breakup rumors. Griezmann retires from international football. I'm Enidoye Jackson. Thank you for watching. You can follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube at Atlantic Television Network, on Instagram and TikTok at Atlantic TV Network 1, and on X at Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website at www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you once again for watching, and have a very good evening.